Gianni Versace Couture. You thought it was over? Well, it isn't. My Gianni Versace collection is pretty outstanding, of course. It numbers in the dozens. It goes way back to probably the late 70s. It is beautiful to look at, and I will be sharing with you some of the most beautiful things that Gianni Versace ever did when he was actually alive. You see, in the early 90s, I started collecting Gianni Versace from the 80s. I didn't care about the 90s. In the 2000s, in the early 2000s, I started collecting things from the early 90s. In my collection of Gianni Versace, I could say I'm going to be safe. I think that I have over 500 pieces, but then again, if you add the accessories, the scarves, the shoes, the gloves, we can be talking hundreds. But I wanted to share with you why I love Gianni Versace and why he will always be part of the fashion museum, the Medavog estate of my collecting of American and European couture, where Gianni Versace is king. He's king of everything that he did. To me, he was the king of fashion. The king, Gianni Versace. And let's take a look at some of the pieces that I have here and why I love them. And stay tuned, because this is part one of many videos, and a tribute will be coming soon of his 11th year anniversary of his death, that when he passed away, when he was killed in 1997 in Miami Beach. And this is part one. Comment and rate. So, we have two amazing pieces. The first one is actually a sweater, believe it or not. It is a very 1980s sweater. It is made out of beautiful turquoise color, black, chocolate brown, and then it has silk piping in cranberry and chocolate brown silk, and then black. But the details of the sweater, it was definitely, it wasn't handmade, but it definitely is a very Gianni Versace couture sweater, and he definitely put a lot of design and details into the sweater. And this is the kind of things that I like to collect. I don't like to collect Gianni Versace things that were made in the late 90s. I just don't want to get into that design idea, but I just think that the earlier works of Gianni Versace were so well thought of, and everything is so museum quality, and it's beautiful, and I just love the man. He deserves 10 stars. And this is an earlier Gianni Versace label, as you can see, made in Italy, and it's beautiful. I think it's 1980, 1982, 1983. And then over here, I love, of course, color, as you can see. And this is a really cool fitted skirt in shocking fuchsia, and it has gathers on the side, and it then overlaps. And believe it or not, this is the back of the skirt. The front of the skirt has a zipper, and then it has the tag Gianni Versace, definitely 1987, 88. And of course, it is a winner. You know what, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe this is the back and the tag is just right in front, which I don't understand why, but it is a beautiful fitted, I would say a peg skirt. I think that's the name. The perfect name would be a peg skirt. And it is beautiful. Look at that, the gathering, the details. It's a simple skirt sewn incredibly well, and of course it's from the house of Gianni Versace, and it has the later version of the label, the late 80s Gianni Versace label. So there you go, folks. Two incredible pieces. Very simple, you know, it's not red carpet event, it's day wear, it's, you know, but it's Gianni Versace when he was alive, when he was creating. And this is why I love the man, because he was an amazing designer, and I love him to death. And only at the house of Medavog you can find and see and touch and feel live and direct what Gianni Versace was producing in the earlier part of his life. And until my next part 2 of Gianni Versace, stay tuned. Medavog.